Black Wall Street. Do it right, build wealth, live life, economic empowerment, real tips, insight on the new Black Wall Street. It's on the new Black Wall Street. He's your host.
Good morning, my beautiful people. This is ERGJ, your certified financial educator here with ERGJ Enterprises and founder of the new Black Wall Street. And we are actually going today into our money talks. We're going to be looking at what's going on with money today as we head into the market on February 14th, 2017. This is actually Valentine's Day. And so today's episode is brought to you by True Detergent. What better Valentine's Day gift than this? You get a chance to support a Black-owned and manufactured company, and you got to make sure that those clothes are clean. That's right. This is a True Detergent's 101-ounce bottle for $15. A great Valentine's Day present to your boo, and you guys can make love on a little spin cycle. Anyway, give us a call at 678-851-2400. 678-851-2400. We're going to make a delivery to your doorstep in the Atlanta area. That's True Detergent. Go ahead and make the switch. Good morning, Cookie. How are you? Thanks so much for joining. Wendy B's in the building. Club Millie representing. Malivia, Club Millie representing. Here's the deal, guys. Hey, man, we got this Valentine's investment session today. While other people are spending, we're going to be finding ways to make our money work for us. Matter of fact, a survey just came out that says $18.2 billion being spent on Valentine's Day. You got to ask yourself, who is getting that money? Because it's money coming out of our hands and going to the hands of these big corporations who actually sponsor Valentine's Day. I mean, you don't think that we came up with the idea that today is we're going to celebrate. It's a big retail day. And so who is actually going to profit from everything that you're going to do today? So we're meeting to talk about who stands to benefit the most, who stands to profit from what people are going to do anyway. See, people, you want to celebrate this holiday. You want to show your love when you should just actually show your love throughout the whole year. But this is a special day for your boo. And that's cool. What we're doing is we're going to say, hey, we're going to think like the corporations who run this country, and we're going to find out which company is going to benefit the most from what you are going to do anyway. So you can actually join us as we talk about that, as we have the conversation about money, because big profits are being made today off of what people are going to do anyway. And we've decided as a group that we're going to find ways to start capitalizing instead of just consuming. Again, we're looking for ways to capitalize instead of just consuming. So that's the Valentine's Day event that's going on today. And of course, you can join us. Feel free to join us. Go and sign up for that. That's in the comments above or in the description above. Also, tomorrow, we're going through our Dow 30 investment session. We're going to go through the top 30 or the 30 most significant stocks in the American economy. And so if you're a person that's just getting started, you want to learn about money, you want to learn about this thing called investing, that's where you want to be. This is geared towards the beginner. The person has never invested before, the person doesn't know anything about investing, nothing about stocks, but this is where you want to be, because we're actually going to be talking about companies that you are familiar with, companies like Nike, Apple, Walmart, Disney. This is what part of the components of the Dow 30. So you want to join us on Wednesday so we can go through the Dow 30 together. And then when we finish this, we're going to move into the March Madness bracketology game. We're going to show you how to actually build a diversified portfolio just from the Dow. So it's a good time to learn about those companies and then put yourself in a position that you can play the game and you can win some cash. Everybody put in the comments below, win some cash. That's right. You want to be able to win some cash. And then also we have Saturday coming up, the stock market class for kids. This is where we're going to teach your children a little bit about money. We're going to teach them how to make their money work for them. We're going to teach them a little bit about the stock market. So if you're a person that's saying, hey, I've got a child, they're in between grades 4 and 9, and I want them to start learning about things at an early age, we want to teach them early what we learn late. And this is an opportunity for you to do that. Get your kids signed up for Stock Market Class for Kids this Saturday. If you can't make it, get registered anyway, and we will actually send you the replay once we are done with class. Again, let's go ahead and start looking at what's going on in the market today as we are starting our Money Talk session here today. What's going on, Sherman? Hey, good morning. How are you, Miss Jones? Me and Mrs. Jones. What's going on? All right, man. So here's your pre-market info that you need to know today as we head into the market. A bell opens at 9:30. Of course, we want to get a heads up on what's going on. Today might be a little red day today. We've had a couple of positive days over the past couple of days. The volatility index last I looked was at 73. That's extremely greedy. I am very fearful when everybody else is greedy. So when everyone else is buying, I'm just watching. I'm not looking to get in at that point. I'm looking for opportunities when people are fearful so I can buy things on sale. That's just my personal philosophy. That's how I invest. Doesn't necessarily mean that you have to invest that way. But there's a fair bit of red in our stock stock markets right now, but losses aren't so steep that they'll break your heart. The U.S. stock futures are shifting a bit lower. That normally tends to lead us to a pretty a negative day. Most Asian markets in negative territory. Stocks are mixed in Europe as well. So this is probably people that are capturing their profit. They're taking some money out of the market so they can actually get their profit that they made over the past 3 days or the past week. The lackluster action comes from U.S. stocks when they hit fresh record highs on Monday. So the Dow Jones Industrial Average and the S&P 500 both rallied between 3 and 4% since the start of the year. The Nasdaq is up a whopping 7%. Shares in iPhone maker Apple are trading near their highest level ever. So if you are an Apple investor, you are feeling good right now because Apple is back up to their highest level, which is about a year ago, about 133 a share, 135 a share. So they are reaching the level of their highest all-time ever, and we like to hear that from Apple, who's probably going to be coming out with a new phone soon. I think the iPhone 8 is the concept of the iPhone 8 has been revealed or leaked or whatever, probably some WikiLeaks. I'm not quite sure. Janet Yellen is in a hot seat today. She's the Federal Reserve Chair. Janet Yellen. It's an interesting name she got, Yellen, right? But it's given semi-annual testimony in the United States Senate at 10 a.m. this morning. So whatever comes out of her mouth is actually going to probably have a play in the move of the market. So there's really not going to be a lot going on until after she comes out with her statement at 10 o'clock. So I'm going to be taking a little break. I'll be doing a couple of my errands before 10 o'clock, and then I'll start looking at the market then. Good morning, Mr. Hankerson. How are you? Thanks so much for joining. The Fed is considered the driving force behind the multi-year bull market rally in stocks since the Great Recession. What Yellen says about the timing and magnitude of future interest rate hikes could keep the rally going full steam ahead or stop it dead in its tracks. The Fed last raised rates in December. So what she says is going to have a big impact on the way that the market is going to go after 10 o'clock and also in the future for the rest of the week moving forward. So all eyes are tuned in at 10 o'clock to hear what Janet Yellen is going to yell about. All right, the tech trouble, Toshiba. The chairman is stepping down at Toshiba after the firm revealed a $6.3 billion write-down as it's troubled U.S. nuclear business. The Japanese conglomerate missed its own deadline to report earnings earlier on Tuesday, sending shares down 8% in the Tokyo exchange market. So Toshiba is having a rough time. They lost their chairman, and they have a $6.3 billion write-down. Never good sign. We got to take that kind of hit. Toshiba stock has lost about half of its value since the company warned in December that it was expecting billions of dollars in nuclear-related losses. So whenever you hear companies that are going to be losing a whole bunch of money, that is going to drive fear into the market and people going to sell because no one wants to be a part of a loser. Li Jiayong, Samsung's de facto leader, has been under investigation as part of a huge political corruption scandal that has rocked South Korea. Prosecutors are seeking an arrest warrant for Samsung's electronic president, Park Sang-jin. A judge will decide whether the arrest warrants are valid. So Samsung, more bad news for Samsung, which typically if it's bad news for Samsung, it's good news for Apple. So Samsung's having a tough time of it. Here's a couple stocks that you want to watch today. Shares in Credit Suisse, or CS, is its ticker symbol rising by 3% after the European bank said it would cut about 6,500 jobs. So they're slimming or they're trimming the fat. It also is reported that it lost 2.4 billion Swiss francs in 2016. Rolls-Royce is in the news as well. It's having a tough day in London trading shares in the aircraft engine maker. I did not know that Rolls-Royce made aircraft engines. I'm familiar with their cars, but obviously they make aircraft engines as well. And they have fell by 4% after the firm warned that pre-tax profits in 2016 were down 49%. Oh my goodness. The British engineering giant said in January that it reached settlements with authorities in the United Kingdom, the United States, and Brazil over bribery allegations. These large settlements contributed to the drop in profit. So those are a couple of things that should be moving a little bit today. Earnings today, before the bell. So we're going to have Dr. Pepper is going to release some earnings. Molson Coors, or Coors Light, the beer company is going to be releasing earnings. T-Mobile will be releasing earnings as well before the bell. Now, after the bell, we're going to have Caesars Entertainment and Fossil. They plan to report after the close. So not a whole bunch of activity there. I think I'll keep my eye on T-Mobile. I'll see what's going on with, Molson Coors, see what's going on. I'll report all that stuff on my page, ERGJ Enterprises, and let you know what's going on with their earnings, what their charts are looking like, so you can kind of get an overview of any potential there. On the economic front, the new data shows the United Kingdom is experiencing higher inflation following the decision to leave the European Union. So, of course, they're having some inflation going on. So today's news, Janet Yellen is going to testify at 10 p.m., and you have the T-Mobile earnings, Dr. Pepper earnings and then the Molson Coors earnings before the bell. But also wanted to make you aware of a couple things going on politically. You have the Senate confirmed Mnuchin as the Secretary of State, as Treasury Secretary yesterday. So I told you guys that no matter how much they talk. When it comes down to voting, they let these people in. So here we go. We got the Senate voted Monday to confirm former Goldman Sachs, that's a former banker, Executive Stephen Mnuchin as the next Treasury Secretary. The latest cabinet member to approve after a lengthy and times contentious confirmation process. The vote was 53 to 47. This was pretty close. Mostly along party lines, with Senator Joe Manchin, the lone Democrat, voting yes. So we had one Democrat vote yes, while you had the rest of the Democrats vote no, and his one vote, because all of the Republicans voted yes, so his one vote probably swung. The Senate then voted to confirm David Shulkin as the next Secretary of the Department of Veteran Affairs. The vote was 100 to 0. So they let Shulkin in 100 to 0. Mnuchin got in 53 to 47. Democrats were unable to block Mnuchin as they are outnumbered by a large unified block of Republicans, 52 to 48. So it's more Republicans in the Senate than there are Democrats. So it's 52 Republicans, 48 Democrats. So anytime that a Republican vote or a Republican, law or something, bill needs to be passed, it's going to get passed because you have more Senates, you have more Republicans in the House than you do Democrats. In the House, rules, right? So who's in the House? Republicans. So the House is going to be ruled by Republicans. The Republicans are going to get their laws passed that's going to benefit them. So you got to ask yourself, who stands to benefit from, if he is a former Goldman Sachs employee or CEO, whatever he was for Goldman Sachs, that's a good thing for Goldman Sachs because I'm pretty sure he still has some stock in Goldman Sachs, okay? Let's not be naive and think that he sold everything, that he has no vested interest in Goldman Sachs. So I will be adding Goldman Sachs to my watch list, and I know that the financial sector has been doing very well over the past 3 months since Trump has been in office. And of course, the financial sector has to do with, they're talking about deregulation, so that's going to allow, man, listen, I don't know why I be giving you all this information for free. You guys, hey, I'm gonna stop giving you all this. I'm only gonna give this to the people at Club Miller. But anyway, if they're talking about deregulating, basically deregulating everything that happened in 2008 with the whole credit, with the whole housing ordeal, there was regulation that came in after that. And that's what kept people from buying houses they can't afford, from getting loans that they weren't approved, they didn't warrant. But now they're talking about deregulating everything that happened that they did in 2009, 2010 to regulate the industry. So if they're going to deregulate the industry, which is the banking industry, then the banks are going to be able to give out more more loans that are a little suspect. It's going to allow people to get money that they cannot pay back, and it's going to put people in a position where they got to pay more interest, got to pay more fees, and all of that money goes to the banks, and that's how they make their money. So you got to ask yourself, am I going to be in a position where I'm going to keep borrowing from the bank, or am I going to be in a position where I'm going to profit from the bank? And so I don't know no other way to tell you this, but I'm going to add Goldman Sachs to my watch list, and I'm going to be watching to see what goes on, because I see what's happening in not only in economics, but also in politics. Economics is the cash flow. Politics is the rule of the money. So you got the how the money flows, and you got the laws that deal or that cover or that warrant the flow of money. So you got to understand, this is why economics and politics has to be talked about in our community. There's no way you're going to get rich. There's no way you're going to fire your boss. There's no way you're going to make a change in your personal economy until you start to understand economics and politics, how money flows and how money is ruled. Woo! All right. And then also in the news, we have Flynn. Flynn is the national security aide, and he resigned last night or sometime yesterday. So President Donald Trump's national security advisor, Michael Flynn, he just got in office a month ago, resigned late on Monday after revelation that he had discussed U.S. sanctions. Listen to this. He discussed U.S. sanctions on Russia with the Russian ambassador to the United States before Trump took office and misled Vice President Mike Pence about the conversations. So here's the deal, guys. This dude who, man, I don't need to tell you, there's a whole bunch of corruption going on at the White House, okay? But he basically said, you know what? I don't want to face the fire. I'm going to be like Lane Kiffin, and I'm just going to resign before I get caught. So Michael Flynn, who was accused of discussing U.S. sanctions with Russia. Now we got to start thinking about, man, what's going on with United States and Russia? What's going on with Trump and Putin? What is this connection that they have? Is Trump being blackmailed by Putin? Does Putin have something on Trump? Does Putin have something on this administration where they're where they are going to have to abide by his will, so he will keep this, he won't spill the marbles? What is going on between United States and Russia? There is something there. Flynn's resignation came hours after he was reported that the Justice Department had warned the White House weeks ago that Flynn could be vulnerable to blackmail. Look at that. I just said this. To blackmail for contacts with Russian Ambassador Sergei Kirillov, whatever his name is, before Trump took power on January 20th. And if this Sergei guy is a Russian ambassador, then you know he has connections to Putin. So they wouldn't, obviously they're not going to say Putin because that's the president over there. They're just going to give some ambassador. But something is going on between the United States and Russia. So I got my eyes on it. A whole bunch of corruption, whole bunch of lies, whole bunch of global powers working together. So you got three you got to watch out for: United States, Russia, China. Those are three places you need to keep your eye on. That's what's going on, man. That is what's going on, family. I'm just trying to tell you in case you can't see it for yourself. What's going on, Jesus? Mr. Hawthorne, Benjamin Chester, thanks so much for doing it. Esther Berry, what's in it? What's going on, beautiful? Miss Cookie Price in the building as well. Marvis is in the building. So here's the deal, man. I just try to give you guys the news that you can use as you move out into this world today, as you try to find ways to make your money work for you. Of course, we got plenty of opportunities for you to join us in these conversations. I'm only giving you about 16 minutes. And think about so much more stuff that we can talk about. We have more people that want to talk about money. So I'm glad to do this for you guys. But hey, I only got so much time. But anyway, again, this episode is brought to you by True Detergent, black-owned manufactured detergent right here in the Atlanta area. This is a great gift for Valentine's Day. Why not go ahead and make the switch to support your brother and sister? Why not practice what you preach? It's 15 cents per wash in the Atlanta area. Go ahead and make the switch today. True Detergent. All right, guys, we've talked about the pre-market info as we head into the day. I'm going to be looking out and provide more information on my page. You can go to ERGJ Enterprise. That is my Facebook business page. Go ahead and like that page. Go ahead and take a look at some of the stuff that's already there. There'll be some more coming out today. Esther Berry said that Wilkerson is involved and the whole darn system is corrupt. Don't trust Pence or the Republicans or Tillerson. And it's not just the Republicans. Let's not be naive. You can't trust any of these politicians. It's Republicans and Democrats. They are both two wings from the same bird. So let's not think that the Democrats are any better. Let's not think that we'd be in a better position if Hillary Clinton was the president. No, we wouldn't. We'll have our issues with her as well. They all are in bed together, and they're not for us. I believe that they're kind of against us. But anyway, we are the small people. We don't have a voice. We don't have the power. We don't have the economics to at this point. But we are banding together because there are more of us than there are them. And I believe if we come together, we can actually kind of make our reign there. What's going on, Miss Raquel D. Harris? Yeah, politics. We know it. All right. So again, tonight, Valentine's Day investment session. Other people are going to go spend their money anyway. They are going to finance their own oppression because they just can't help it. They got to take their boo out. And I'm saying this, guys, if you're going to do it, go. Why not go to a black-owned restaurant? Okay, it's still Black History Month. Don't forget that we're supposed to be celebrating our history. And you're gonna go out and go to Ruth Chris and finance your own oppression. You're gonna go to all these places that have nothing. They have no interest in your economic viability. Think about this. I really want you to think about this for a second. Use your brain, okay? If you are going to do it because you want to participate in this corporate sponsored event, please go support black-owned businesses. Make it your duty. Say, you know what, boo? I love you so much that we're going to support our own. Just do that. You buy some detergent. Whatever you got to do. Do something different this year than financing your own oppression. Or just join us in the investment session. We're going to find out how we can make money from these big corporations that are going to get this $18.2 billion that you are going to spend today. But let money flow right through your hands, right back to the people who oppress you. It's the stupidest thing that we do. I don't understand it. Eat black. That's right. Eat black today. Right. Eat black. Hey, matter of fact, don't even go to CVS or Walgreens. Don't go to none of those places. Just go to You gonna see your little black friend or they gonna have a little thing at the gas station. They setting up shop. Go get you a bag from there. You know what I'm saying? Support these they trying to come up. They're trying to do it legally. Just go there. Spend your $10, your $20, your $30 there. That's gonna help a black family. That's gonna help a black family, okay? Do that. Don't go to Case Jewelry. Don't go to CVS. Don't go to Walmart. Do not go. Stop. Please. Stop. Use your brain, man. Be strategic with your dollars. That's all I'm saying. Be strategic with your dollars. So anyway, you're going to see them, right? You're going to see them on the corner. You're going to see them at the little flea market. You're going to see them wherever. I'll pass them on the corners all the time. I'm pretty sure they're in your city as well. They got their little gift bags. They got the little body wash. They got the little bears. Go support them. They're trying to do something different. They're trying to build up their little store, and that's how you can support them. Do that. Just something simple like that. Something simple like that could be all the change that we need. It don't have to be nothing big. Something simple like that. Now, what is the session on 22? What is that? I don't know. Is that something I do? The session on the 20th? Oh, the 22nd. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, so we got the Valentine's Day session. I probably do know what you're talking about, but I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, the Club Millie presentation? I don't know what the date of the 22nd is. Anyway, so we got a Valentine's Day session tonight. We're going to be talking about companies that are going to benefit from what we're going to do anyway. There's going to be $18 billion spent today alone. Which companies are going to profit? And how can we profit from those companies? Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about the Dow Jones Industrial Average. So if you are new to investing, you've never invested before, that is where you want to be tomorrow night. Where we're talking about companies that you are familiar with. Is geared towards a beginner. It's to help you understand this thing called investing in the stock market. How you can make your money work for you. Bring your questions, sign up. We're going through the companies you're familiar with. Companies like Nike, Apple, Walmart, McDonald's. We're going to go through all 30 of them, not tomorrow, but every Wednesday we're meeting. This is going to lead us to we have a fantasy stock market game coming in March for March Madness. This is where you're going to learn how to build a diversified portfolio based off the 30 companies that we just went through. It makes sense. There is a path. There is a plan. And all you got to do is get in the game. All you got to do is sign up so you can be a part of the plan that leads to prosperity. Everybody put that in the comments below. The plan that leads to prosperity. The plan that does not include you spending your money with your oppressor. The plan does not include you being a part of the 18-point-something billion that's being spent with big corporations that run this country. Now, if you're going to spend that money, spend it black. If you're going to go eat at a restaurant, eat it black. It's Black History Month, but you forget about that when you think about red hearts. And that red heart is the blood coming out of your body because you will not support your own. The plan that leads to prosperity. And then on Saturday, we got the stock market class for kids. So if you want your children to know, we want to teach our children early what we learn late, and you want to sign up for that. This is for grades 4 through 9. They're going to learn a little bit about the stock market. We're going to have some fun. We're going to do what we call edutainment. We're going to entertain them while we educate them. And people love Kid Vest. Matter of fact, grown folks love Kid Vest. You just happen to be a kid in this area of money, and you can come too. Bring the whole family. Let's have some fun. Let's change the conversation at the kitchen table. Let's start talking about money. Let's talk about how we can get rich, how we can get wealthy, how we can finance our own freedom. Stop looking for handouts. All you got to do is choose. All you got to do is decide that from this day forward, you're going to do something different. That's all it takes. If every black family decides that they're going to do something different, like I'm not going to this restaurant that I used to go to for Valentine's Day. Why? Because that restaurant doesn't support our community. All you got to do is decide. That's it. You got to become black conscious. You got to become wealth conscious of the black community. You got to become conscious. We're subconsciously giving all our money away. That's what we're doing. We're so used to doing it. I don't know. I'm doing my best to try to help everybody understand, become conscious of your wealth and decide that you're going to keep it in the community. All right. Well, hey, guys, this is ERGJ from ERGJ Enterprise. Thanks so much for your time. It's New Black Wall Street Money Talks, where we share quite a few tips for you as well. I didn't even tell you guys that oil was up. OPEC cut their cuts as well. But hopefully you got something out of today, and you'll do something different today. Remember this, guys, that it takes a village, but it starts with us. Let's build as we climb together. You guys have a good day.
The new Black Wall Wall Street. Thanks you for joining the show. We gave a lot of great tips, but it's time to go. Take the knowledge we shared, hope you use it and grow. We'll see you all there at the next episode of The New Black Wall Street. The New Black Wall Street.